Alright, hello everybody. It's been a while since we've had a face-to-face and thought I would come in and have a talk with you today about a topic that's been really bugging me for just a little bit here. Now at work I manage the IPTV solution that provides television across the network to our users. And so because of that, I keep the television running on my computer on one of my screens all day so I can monitor it and make sure it's working properly and stuff. And because of this, I get exposed to commercials that I see over and over again all day long. There's a few of these that are bugging me, and I'm going to cover one of them today, and others in some upcoming videos for you, but this one in particular has really got me annoyed, and it deals with pay-to-bid websites. Now they don't advertise themselves as being pay-to-bid websites. What they advertise themselves is just a bidding website where people are getting deals for things that are very much underpriced, and they're very excited about it, of course, and they bring in real customers who have had great success using their site. Now, the way these things work, well, first of all, I mean, it is a scam in some sense, but it's only scamming people who are not taking the time to figure out what's going on, and that's what I'm here today to tell you what's going on. So maybe it'll help you out or help out one of your friends if you can pass this along. So how these sites work are, well, they get people excited. They advertise that they are providing products to people for very cheap prices, up to 90% off the price. And the way they're able to get away with this is, in fact, they are doing that. But what they're not telling you is that the other, 100 people who were bidding on this as well all got scammed for their money. They got nothing and they lost their money. So we're gonna explain exactly how this works, and let you know exactly the kind of money these folks are making, because they're making money hand over fist. They have to be, because they have a commercial during the daytime at every commercial break. Now, the only reason they're able to afford that is because they're making so much money. But it also tells you who their target market is. Typically, it's people who are at home during the day, which are not most people. The people who are at home during the day typically tend to be the elderly, which really pisses me off when people scam elderly folks. People who are injured or unemployed, people who don't have a lot of money, people who don't need to be being scammed. Not that anybody does, but these people even less so. So they're targeting these folks, and it's really quite sad what's going on. So here's the lowdown on what their ploy is. Now, to start out with, first of all, it's not a scam technically, legally, because they tell you how they're scamming you in their fine print, on their frequently asked questions. They lay it all out. It's not like they're hiding anything from you. But people don't take the time to read these things and understand what's going on. So I'm going to tell you what's going on. Let's examine a case study here. We're going to talk about Sally. Sally, on one of these pay-to-bid sites. By the way, you'll note I am not naming any sites, not putting any logos up, mainly because these folks have a lot of money, and I don't particularly want to have a lawyer beating on my door, telling me that I've done something wrong, which I'm not doing anything wrong. But still, I don't need that inconvenience, and I don't need that expense. Not to mention the fact that typically the owners of things like this are not very savory people, and they tend to have large, possibly heavily armed people working for them, and I don't want to have them visit me either. So while I'm talking about this industry in general, I'm not talking about any specific one. Now, to continue, we're talking about Sally. Sally got this nice 55-inch flat screen TV, typically retailing at $1,100 for $25. She's telling you this on this commercial. Sally is an actual customer. Now, this young lady up here is not Sally and is not an actual customer. These are just visual representations. Again, trying not to get myself in trouble here. But what you'll notice is at the bottom of the screen, while Sally's telling you all about her amazing buy here, is that it says does not include the cost of bids, and the results are not typical. So typically, you're not going to get an $1,100 television for the price of $25, typically. All right? So, as I mentioned, does not include the cost of bids, results not typical. So let's study what happened here. Sally won the bid for $25. But in order to get that $25 TV, Sally had to bid 415 times. Now, on a pay-to-bid site, each time you bid, it costs you a certain amount of money. It varies depending on the site. But in this example, we'll say 60 cents. So the total bid cost for Sally was $249, plus the $25 that she won the television for. And Sally's actual cost for the television is $274, which is still a deal when you're looking at an $1,100 product. But here's the rub. The real victims are the ones who did not win. When you're bidding on these things and paying to bid, each bid only increments the cost by 1 penny. So really, each time you bid, you're paying 60 cents for the privilege of incrementing the cost of the item. All right? So if you do the math, so Sally actually paid $274 for the television. The TV sold for $25. At a penny per bid, that's 2,500 bids for a total of... So the loser's bid total was 2,085 bids. That's the total 2,500 minus Sally's bids. So for a total of $1,251. So that means that between the bidders who lost, and when I say they lost, they paid that money and got nothing for it. Plus Sally's payment of $274 makes a total of $1,525 paid to the company for an $1,100 TV. Remember, results are not typical. Let's look at another case study. Debbie, not Debbie FYI, won a laptop whose retail value was $1,250 for $101.87. How exciting for Debbie. Debbie bid 287 times for a total of $172.20 for those bids, overall costing her $274.07 for the $1,250 laptop. Again, because there's one bid per penny for the $101.87, there was 10,187 bids at 60 cents a piece, totaling $5,940. That's minus Debbie's cost. If you add in Debbie's back, the company made $6,214.07 for an $1,100 product. You see how this is going. Again, results are not typical, which means they're probably paying a lot more, and they're raking in money, making multiple times the value of these items. But the person who wins did indeed get the item for a reduced price. They're not the ones who are getting scammed. The person who's getting scammed are the people who did not win. Now, I've seen psychological studies where people will get in bidding wars, how much will you pay me for this $20 bill? And this person will pay, and they'll keep, because they've already got money invested, they'll keep paying even up to the point where they may exceed the value and know they're exceeding the value, but they'll keep going. Psychologically, they're incensed to do this. And that's the problem with what these companies are doing, is psychologically they're capturing these people who believe they're going to win. And they're even now on some of the commercials showing people who have won hundreds and hundreds of times. But the likelihood of winning is very low because you're clicking, you're bidding, somebody else over here is bidding, everybody's bidding. And almost everybody is losing. Now, how do they get away with this scam? Because they tell you what they're doing. You are the one who is making the mistake by not understanding what is going on. Now, the only times these places have gotten in trouble are when they've employed what they call like shill bidders to jack up the price. These are people who are employees or whatever, who know that they're not going to win, or if they do win, it's no loss to the company because they just don't deliver the product. But their job is to jack up the bids. Or they use bid bots to do that as well. So, what have we learned here? Well, anytime something seems better than it really is, it's probably not. And so the company is taking advantage of people who are trying to get something for very little. Playing into people's greed, playing into the fact that people may, be a little poor, not affluent. They see these things they want to get them. Oh my God, look at this price, I want to get that too. But then they take advantage of them. And again, because the times where these ads are showing up, normally it's going to be elderly, infirm, unemployed, and things like that. And it's really sad, and it's really sick, and it really pisses me off. And that's why I wanted to share this with you today. I got some more coming, but this was the one that was on the top of my list and annoyed me the most, so you're getting it today. But in the end, it's the informed that don't fall for this kind of stuff, and that's what I'm trying to do, is inform you and help you inform your friends of what's going on with this stuff, because it's wrong. It's flat out wrong. It's not illegal, but it's wrong. Alright? So thanks for listening, and you guys take it easy. We'll talk to you later.